What if I told you that your most productive hours don't happen at your desk, but in your bed? Most people see sleep as a shutdown period, but for your brain, it's a high-speed maintenance session. It's like a nightly car wash for your mind, flushing out toxins and installing new skills while you dream. Today, we are decoding the neuroscience of peak performance sleep. You'll learn how to upgrade your nightly mechanic to wake up with the brain of a genius every single morning. The sleep myth: why grinding on 4 hours of sleep is killing your results. Sleep debt piles up quickly and costs you more than fatigue. You can't outrun your biology by squeezing sleep into a spare corner of the day. 4 hours is rarely enough for most adults, and the cost shows up as slower thinking, clunkier memory, and a shorter fuse. Think of sleep as a daily recharge your brain uses to run smoothly all day. People chase the myth that grinding on 4 hours will boost results. The idea sounds noble and efficient, but it acts like skipping the car wash and hoping the engine will run cleaner anyway. The nightly mechanic does its best work when the lights are off and the body is calm. The brain's car wash runs through stages that clear waste and reset circuits, so you wake up with a cleaner, sharper mind. Sleep is the ultimate performance enhancer because it helps you learn faster, remember more, and stay calm under pressure. During deep sleep, memories move from the day's messy drawer into a neat memory filing system, where skills stick and cues link up for easy retrieval. When you miss those hours, new habits form more slowly and mistakes creep in. Your mood tightens, reactions slow, and frustration sticks around longer than necessary. The power of a good night isn't flashy. It quietly boosts focus, creativity, and resilience when you need them most. Here's a simple, repeatable protocol for the best sleep of your life. Aim for 7 to 9 hours most nights and keep a consistent wake time. Build a 30 to 60 minute wind down that lowers pace and lowers light. A little stretching, gentle breathing, and dim lamps work well. Make the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, with a comfy bed and minimal interruptions. Cut caffeine afternoon and avoid big meals late in the evening. Get outside in the morning for bright light to set your rhythm. If you nap, keep it short and early in the day. If you wake during the night, get up and do something calm for a short while until sleep returns. Before bed, jot down any lingering thoughts so you can drop them from the brain and let the nightly mechanic do its work. The brain's car wash: how your mind physically cleans itself while you dream. During sleep, the brain slips into a quiet cleaning mode. The brain cells shrink slightly, creating space for fluids to move through more easily. Those fluids sweep along brain tissue, carrying away waste built up from a day of thinking, problem solving, and learning. Dreams show up in certain sleep stages, but the cleaning runs all night, not only when you dream. Picture the brain's car wash taking over the night shift. The nightly mechanic moves through the brain's neighborhoods, flushing debris with a gentle rinse. The car wash isn't literal soap. It's a flow of brain fluids that pushes waste toward drainage paths. When you lie still and sleep, space around brain cells opens a little, and fluids can sweep freely. That keeps the memory filing system tidy, helping ideas you learn today settle in and making room for new ones tomorrow. To give your brain the best wash, follow a simple protocol. Go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day. Wind down with calm activities for a while before bed and dim the lights. Limit caffeine and alcohol, and avoid heavy meals close to bedtime. Create a sleep space that is cool, dark, and quiet, with a comfortable bed. Get outside in bright light after waking to set your rhythm for the day. During sleep, your memory gets filed. If you study something new and then sleep, you're more likely to remember it tomorrow. If you practice a skill and then sleep, your performance can improve the next day. Short naps can help reset the system, but try not to snooze too late in the day, or they can disrupt the night's wash. The nightly mechanic works best when you give it a steady schedule, a calm wind down, and a room that invites quiet, restorative work. Bottom line, sleep is the ultimate performance enhancer. A good night's rest clears the mind, sharpens thinking, steadies mood, and speeds up reaction times. The brain's car wash runs best when you treat sleep like a non-negotiable daily ritual. Try this simple protocol for a week and notice how mornings feel clearer, decisions land more cleanly, and your energy stays even. The nightly mechanic: understanding the cycles that repair your body and mind. Most adults drift through sleep in cycles about 90 minutes long, and a solid night usually means several cycles. In each cycle you drift from lighter sleep to deeper rest, then into a dream-filled phase as morning approaches. Deep sleep repairs the body, helps grow and mend tissues, and strengthens immune defenses. REM sleep supports learning, mood, and the way memories are organized for later use. If you miss enough of these cycles, you wake with fog, slower thinking, or aches you didn't have before. The nightly mechanic sits on duty the moment you close your eyes and starts a quiet, powerful process that recharges both body and mind. Think of sleep as a workshop run by a careful night shift, the brain's car wash, the sort of cleaning that leaves the brain feeling refreshed and lighter. While you rest, the brain clears out waste and cools its circuits, clearing space for new ideas and sharper focus tomorrow. Mood gets steadier, attention returns, and you wake with a steadier push rather than a jittery burst. That cleaning happens best when your body has time to settle, so a regular bedtime matters more than sheer willpower. To tune the nightly mechanic, follow a simple protocol. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep most nights and set a fixed wake time, even on weekends. Create a room that's cool and dark, roughly a comfortable mid-60s in Fahrenheit, with curtains that block out light and minimal outside noise. Dim the lights and switch off screens an hour before bed, or use warm ambient lighting and a blue light filter if you must. Build a wind-down routine, a warm shower, gentle stretches, and a calm activity like reading a paper book. Cut caffeine after early afternoon and avoid heavy meals within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime. Move exercise to earlier in the day, not close to bedtime. If you need a nap, keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes, early in the day. If you wake at night, get up briefly and do a quiet activity instead of scrolling. If you can't fall asleep after about 20 minutes, get out of bed and try a peaceful task until sleep returns. The memory filing system works best when sleep has a chance to do its job. Deep sleep strengthens the body's repair work and helps memories from the day get tagged for long-term storage. REM sleep blends new skills with old knowledge, improving problem-solving and creative thinking the next day. You'll notice this in practical ways: quicker recall of details, sharper decision-making, and less mental drift during tasks that demand focus. Short naps can re-energize the brain, but long or late naps tend to push your night off track, so keep them light and early. Practically, if you're learning something new, review key points before bed and let sleep do the memory work during the night. Sleep is the ultimate performance enhancer because it tunes both your engine and your software. Your body gets repair time and energy restoration, while your brain reorganizes learning, stabilizes mood, and sharpens judgment. With a steady schedule, a calm environment, and disciplined wind downs, you turn the nightly mechanic into a reliable partner. Your day starts clearer, your ideas land with more impact, and the recovery you feel at the end of the day becomes the norm rather than the exception. Treat sleep as a practice, not a last resort, and your best work will follow. Memory filing: why your brain needs sleep to save what you learned today. Memory filing hinges on sleep. When you close your eyes after learning, your brain grabs a copy of today's lessons and files them away for the long term. Think of the memory filing system as a library with tidy shelves and quiet corners. The brain's car wash runs through your brain during sleep, washing away noise and leaving sharper traces behind. The nightly mechanic tunes the wiring, smoothing connections so ideas feel easy to recall tomorrow. Without this nightly maintenance, what you studied can feel fuzzy, like a message left on a crumpled note at the bottom of a bag. Different kinds of learning rely on sleep in different ways. When you learn a vocabulary word or a fact, the deepest part of sleep helps move them from short-term memory into the long-term filing cabinet. When you practice a motor skill, like a guitar riff or a tennis stroke, the dream stage helps you smooth the sequence and reduce wobbliness. You might notice that after a good night's sleep you can recall the exact word, or you can perform the routine with fewer slips. If you pull an all-nighter, recall drops and the new skill feels clunkier. A simple recipe like a new cooking method sticks better after sleep, too, because the brain links the steps while you rest. To make this real, build a simple nightly routine. Set a fixed wake time and choose a bedtime that gives you about 7 to 9 hours. Create a wind-down ritual. Dim the lights, put away screens, stretch, and breathe slowly. Turn the bedroom into a quiet cave, dark, cool, and free from noise. Cut caffeine after mid-afternoon and avoid heavy meals close to bed. Step outside in the morning for sunlight to set your internal clock. Move every day, but finish workouts a few hours before bed. If you learn something new, try to finish study at least an hour before bed so sleep can start the memory filing. If you need a nap, keep it short and earlier in the day. Keep a small notebook where you jot a one-sentence summary of what you learned today. This helps the memory filing system. Then go to bed, and let the brain do its work while you drift off. With this approach, sleep becomes the ultimate performance enhancer. Your brain does the quiet work of saving, sorting, and linking today's lessons to what you already know. A few good nights in a row beat long marathon study sessions that end in fog. Start tonight with one small tweak and you can feel the difference tomorrow. The light trap. How your phone is telling your brain it's noon at midnight. Bright screens at night flood the room with blue light. That light tells your brain it's noon, even while your body longs for the quiet of sleep. This is the light trap in action, a quiet signal that keeps your brain tuned to daytime. The brain's car wash can't rinse away the day's grime if the signal keeps shouting midday. The nightly mechanic can't align the gears for full repair when the glow stays bright. Sleep becomes a shallow, skip-day version instead of the deep, restorative pause it should be. Your phone acts like a tiny sun in the bedroom. The glow seeps into the curtains and nudges your nervous system awake. You may drift off, but the sleep that follows is lighter and less continuous. In the memory filing system, the day's moments get crammed into folders that don't close properly. Small awakenings become part of the night's routine, and you wake feeling slower, less sharp, more reliant on coffee to spark your morning. It's not just about trouble drifting off, it's about the quality of the rest you actually get. So here's a practical protocol you can actually live with. Put the phone away well before you mean to sleep, and keep it out of the bedroom if you can. If you must use it, switch to a warm color setting and dim the brightness to a comfortable level. Build a wind-down ritual that signals the brain's nightly mechanic to switch into repair mode. Soft lighting, a real book or a calm playlist, and a steady on/off time for screens. Create a sleep-friendly zone by using blackout curtains and keeping the room cool and quiet. Replace late-night scrolling with a short, soothing activity that doesn't involve bright screens. That simple swap sends a clear message to your brain. The day is done, the night is for recovery. When the light trap is managed, symptoms fade and performance climbs. You fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake with a clearer head. Your memory filing system updates more smoothly, and you move through training, work, and life with steady energy. The nightly mechanic has room to tune the engine and reset the gears, not fight against an artificial noon. In short, protecting your evening light environment is one of the most practical, powerful moves you can make for peak recovery and daily performance. Step 1. The temperature hack. Why a cool room creates a deep recovery. Cooling the room has a direct effect on how fast you fall asleep and how deeply you recover for tomorrow. The brain's car wash runs best when the air around you feels brisk, not stuffy. Your body needs to drop its temperature a bit to cue the nightly mechanic to start up. When the room stays cool, you slip into deeper stages of rest without fighting heat. Think of your brain as a memory filing system and a car that wants to idle in a cool garage. The easier it is to settle, the cleaner the work gets done. A cool environment reduces waking thoughts and makes your sleep more resilient to minor disruptions. To tap this, set the room to a cool zone around the lower end of the comfortable range, roughly 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. If weather or building quirks push you higher, use a fan and light bedding to keep the air moving and the skin comfortable. A warm shower about 60 to 90 minutes before bed helps because it raises skin temperature. Then as you cool, the brain signals it's time to sleep. Next, choose breathable sheets and a lightweight blanket. Cotton and linen beat fleece and heavy synthetics for heat management. Skip heavy pajamas. Opt for breathable fabrics. Dim the lights and reduce noise. The nightly mechanic loves a calm bay, no bright screens. If you must use electronics, keep brightness low and set a gentle timer to fade things out. A simple routine can lock in the cool room habit. Picture a typical night. The thermostat sits near 65 degrees Fahrenheit. A gentle oscillating fan stirs the air, and a thin cotton sheet keeps you comfortable. You sip water earlier and avoid heavy meals close to bedtime. 30 minutes before lights out, you dim the lights, stretch lightly, and breathe in for 4 counts, out for 6. When you crawl under the sheets, you feel ready rather than awake. If you wake briefly in the night, the cool air helps you settle back faster. Consistency matters. A nightly target schedule beats sporadic flips. Sleep isn't a soft luxury, it's the hard wire of peak performance. A cool room unlocks the nightly mechanic so you wake sharper, calmer, and more ready to act. The brain's car wash cleans away waste more effectively when you give it a cool, quiet night. Memory filing system strengthens what you learn and mood tends to improve, with steadier reaction times. Follow the protocol consistently and you upgrade recovery without extra gadgets or rituals. Step 2. The sunset routine. Preparing your command center for shutdown. A simple wind down signals the brain that the day is done and it's time to slide into rest. The sunset routine acts as a cue that helps your command center prepare for shutdown. Think of the brain as the brain's car wash. rinsing away the grit of the day so the surfaces are clean for the growth that happens while you sleep. It's also a chance for the memory filing system to finish sorting the day's moments, moving important bits into long-term storage and discarding the rest. Start by closing the work windows and silence the constant ping of alerts. Flip off the busy tabs in your mind and on your screen alike. Put the laptop to sleep, close the notebook, and set the phone to a quiet mode that still lets you use it for a calming playlist or a short book. When you treat the evening like a separate space, your brain stops trying to multitask and begins to ease into quiet. A clear desk leads to a clear head, and a clear head makes sleep more accessible. Dim the lights and shift to warmer tones. Bright white light tells the system to stay alert. Amber and soft glows tell it to relax. If you must use screens, switch to a red or warm filter or wear blue light blocking glasses. Keep the room cool, ideally about 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and give the curtains a chance to block outside noise and light. A gentle soundscape or a white noise hum helps the nightly mechanic smooth out rough edges in the day's racket, making the transition smoother. A consistent temperature and sound pattern train your body to wind down faster, like a gentle engine cooling after a long drive. Create a short ritual that signals this is the end of the day. A warm shower or bath can raise core temperature slightly and then let it fall naturally, which helps sleep onset later. Light stretching or a few calm breaths can release tension locked in the shoulders, jaw, and hips. Jot down the top 2 or 3 tasks for tomorrow so your brain doesn't keep looping on them. The memory filing system appreciates a quick, tidy note. If you keep a gratitude or intention journal, write one sentence about what went well today or what you want to carry forward. This isn't a novel. It's a simple, honest pause that helps the brain stop replaying the day. Finally, reserve your bed for sleep and intimacy. Put devices away in a drawer or another room if possible. The more your bed is associated with rest, the more your brain will cooperate when you crawl under the sheets. A few minutes of deliberate breathing, with slow inhales and outs, can quiet residual tension and invite a smoother entry into night mode. By turning the sunset routine into a dependable ritual, you give your body a predictable map for shutdown. Sleep becomes the clearest path to peak recovery, and with it your ability to think, learn, and perform sharpens noticeably. Step 3. The consistent rise. Training your internal clock for maximum energy. Your body has an internal clock that guides when you feel awake and when you get sleepy. That clock relies on light and daily routines to stay honest. When you wake up at the same time every day, energy and mood stay steadier. This consistency trains the clock to expect bed and rise times, so sleep comes easier and deeper. Think of the nightly mechanic inside your head, quietly tuning the engine for the long day ahead. Sleep acts like a brain car wash, rinsing away the day's grime so thoughts stay crisp tomorrow. In other words, sleep is the ultimate performance enhancer, quietly sharpening focus, creativity, and resilience. First, anchor a wake time you can keep every day, even on weekends. Then expose yourself to bright light within the first hour of waking. A minute or 2 of stretch or a short walk helps wake the muscles and primes the brain for attention. Cut caffeine after late morning so it doesn't linger into your evening. As evening approaches, dim lights and switch off bright screens to cue your brain that the day is winding down. Keep a consistent sleep window, aiming for a bedtime you can sustain most nights. If you nap, keep it brief and not after mid-afternoon to avoid throwing off your night clock. Create a simple wind-down ritual that signals the brain to shift into repair mode. About 30 to 60 minutes before bed, lower the lights, take a warm shower or bath if you like, do easy stretches, and practice calm breathing. This is the brain's car wash in action. The night routine slows the pace, preparing the brain for deep cleaning and memory filing. Journal for a minute or 2, jotting a single line about what mattered today or a thought you want to release. The memory filing system then sorts yesterday's events into proper folders, so tomorrow begins with less mental clutter. Make your bedroom a cool, dark, quiet sanctuary, with a comfortable bed and minimal interruptions. If you read, choose a page or 2 and then put the book away. When travel or life throws your clock off, small, steady adjustments win. Jet lag feels like a misaligned clock, so shift your schedule by about a quarter to a half hour each day toward your destination. Use bright light in the morning to pull the clock forward, and dim lights in the evening to keep it from running late. Try to stay on your home wake time as much as possible, even if it means a slightly early or late bedtime for a day or 2. If you wake in the night, get up after a few minutes and do something quiet in dim light until you feel ready to sleep again. Short, boring activities, nothing stimulating, work best. With practice, The consistent rise becomes automatic, and your brain learns to clock in the energy you need for peak performance every day. Sleep is not for the weak, it's for the high performers. Good sleep powers performance in real life. Most adults perform best with 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Sleep acts like the brain's reset switch and repair crew, clearing mental clutter, stabilizing mood, and sharpening focus for the next day. Sleep is not for the weak, it's for the high performers. Think of the brain as a busy workshop. The brain's car wash runs under the surface, flushing out tiny waste and recharging neural energy as you drift toward dreams. The nightly mechanic tunes circuits, patches small glitches, and tunes up your reaction speed for the morning. The memory filing system quietly replays recent practice and files away new learning, turning yesterday's effort into ready-to-use skill for tomorrow. Here's a simple protocol you can start tonight. First, choose a bedtime you can keep most nights and pair it with a consistent wake time. Second, build a wind-down routine that lasts about 60 to 90 minutes before lights out. Dim the lights, put away bright screens, and do something relaxing like light stretching or reading a paper book. Make the sleep space cool, dark, and quiet, with a comfortable mattress and pillows. Third, get daylight in the morning to set your internal clock and reduce harsh light after sunset. Fourth, limit caffeine to the morning and finish big meals at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Fifth, if you nap, keep it brief and not too late in the day. Sixth, keep regular exercise but avoid intense workouts right before bed. Seventh, consider a simple pre-sleep ritual like a warm bath or a slow breathing routine. Eighth, track progress in a simple sleep diary for a few weeks to spot patterns. If you use supplements or aids, keep things simple and, if possible, check in with a clinician. Nighttime hurdles happen. If sleep won't come, don't chase it. Switch to a relaxing activity until sleepiness returns. If you wake during the night, get up and do something quiet in dim light rather than staring at the clock. When stressful thoughts pop up, jot them down on a page and let tomorrow's tasks wait until morning. The goal is consistency over heroic nights. When you treat sleep as a core tool for performance, recovery improves, decisions sharpen, and everyday work feels easier. You've got the tools now. Let's finish with a plan that sticks, so your sleep becomes the rocket fuel for your best work. Sleep is the ultimate performance enhancer because it does 3 powerful things every night. It cleans and resets the brain like a gentle brain's car wash. It tunes the body so recovery happens smoothly like a well-oiled nightly mechanic. And it files away lessons from the day into the memory filing system so you remember what matters and forget what doesn't. Here's the simple protocol for the best sleep of your life. 1. Pick a fixed bedtime and wake time, aiming for 7 to 9 hours. Keep it even on weekends. 2. Build a 20 to 30 minute wind down starting about 60 minutes before bed. Dim lights, stretch a bit, and write down 3 tomorrow tasks plus 1 thing you can let go of tonight. 3. Make the sleep space calm, cool room, dark, quiet, and comfortable. If needed, a gentle fan or white noise can smooth out every sound. 4. Get light at the right times. Bright natural light in the morning to set your rhythm. Dim lights and avoid screens as bedtime nears. 5. Caffeine and meals. Finish caffeine by early afternoon. Avoid big meals within 2 to 3 hours of bed. If you're hungry, a small, light snack is fine. 6. Move your body earlier in the day. Regular activity helps sleep, but try to avoid intense workouts within a few hours of bedtime. 7. If you nap, keep it short and early. Limit to about 10 to 20 minutes and not after mid-afternoon. 8. Track and tweak. Keep a simple sleep log for 2 weeks and adjust bedtime, wind down, and environment based on what you notice. If you're watching this, you're chasing sharper thinking, faster recovery, and more consistent energy. You're not alone in that. Try this protocol this week and notice how your mornings feel, clearer, calmer, more ready to act. If you found this useful, share a quick win in the comments or send it to a friend who could use a sleep upgrade. And if you want more, I've got you. In the next videos, we'll tailor this for shift workers, athletes, and gamers, and we'll dive deeper into smart naps, travel tips, and stress lightening routines so you can keep the momentum no matter what life throws at you.